In this video, we'll introduce you to JavaScript charts. So JavaScript charts are based entirely on JavaScript code, and they represent a different way of producing charts in a UX component. So unlike the chart control, which has existed in the UX for some time now, which is in the data control section, JavaScript charts are here in other controls. So let's go ahead now and add a JavaScript chart to the UX component, and now we'll go and configure this chart. So we'll double click on chart properties here to bring up the builder, and this is where we would enter the JavaScript for this chart definition, but we can start out by selecting one of the sample charts. So when we go here, we can see all of the various chart types that are available here in the JavaScript chart library. So we'll basically take a look at the charts, the available charts, and then we'll select the chart that we want to use in our chart. So let's go ahead now and pick one of these charts. Now these charts are all based on the rgraph chart library. This is an SVG charting library, and you can go to rgraph.net to read up more about this library. So let's go ahead now and pick this chart over here. So we'll go ahead and click OK, and when we pick OK, you can see that the JavaScript that generates this chart is entered over here. We can do a preview over here, and this allows us to basically quickly see what the effect would be if we were to go and change one of the properties of this chart. So we could go here and type in, say, a new value for the title property, and then hit the preview button, and that would basically re-render the graph with the new property. So now we'll go ahead there and click OK. So you can see now we've set the properties of the chart, and we can go now and run our component, and basically there's our chart appearing over there. So this particular chart uses animation, but not all of the charts use animation. So the fact that this chart is using animation can be seen here by looking at the chart display method here, which is set to grow. If we change this to draw, for example, then the chart would render without any animation at all. So there's a large selection of available charts. Basically, you can see here we've got waterfall charts and progress charts, animated progress charts, scatter charts, radar charts, all sorts of different radar charts, donut charts, pie charts, line charts with the colors filled in, line charts with tick marks. Here's an example of a chart with a black background, etc. So there's a large variety of charts that you can choose from, and because all the charts are generated by JavaScript, they're ideal for use in disconnected situations, because unlike the previous chart control, which exists in the data control section, that is a server-side chart control, which means that you need to be connected in order to make the AJAX callback so that the chart can be generated on the server and then sent down to the client as an image. These charts, these JavaScript charts, are just rendered using JavaScript, and so they're ideal for use in disconnected applications where you cannot make callbacks to the server. Also, because the chart is rendered using JavaScript, you can easily modify the properties of the charts by changing the JavaScript code that generates the chart. So in subsequent videos, we'll go into more depth about how you can configure JavaScript charts. Thanks very much for watching.